Lex, kiss off.
I'll try. What's up, everybody?
The camera cut the minute you said that.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Yeah, I'm still a little bit sick, but I am here. What's up, everyone, to the turnover turfs? Your host SRG, along with my co-host Thomas and Logan. How's everybody doing?
Well,
I'm
you're
doing
dying. What's up, ladies? Content, and we're off to a great start.
Hi, Anthony.
Yeah, I may be dying, but you know what? The Pistons won again.
Oh,
The Pistons won again. But
yeah.
anyways, what's up? Oh yeah, I don't know, Thomas, did you hear? Logan got destroyed by the Detroit Pistons.
I was mid-date when that happened. I almost died that day, actually. Different story for a different day, but
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, on last Wednesday, the Pistons played the Boston Celtics, and Detroit won very easily by 20 points. But it was something that happened right after. And on Twitter, it was pretty much just saying you can't spell Logan without an L. That was from the actual Detroit Pistons Twitter page.
that's tough.
Logan, how did you feel getting destroyed by a basketball team?
It was kind of sad at first, a little distraught, and then I kind of thought back to the fact, I never felt more personally attacked by a sports team's admin. It technically wasn't referring to me specifically, but that's still my name that they just threw on there after the loss is crazy.
I thought they were referring to the airport for a second there, the Logan something airport in Boston, but nope.
Nah, it was some random dude on Instagram. Who is not me, by the way. I'm not the dude that they mentioned, but
yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah.
Anyways, as you can see with the title, we do have a surprise guest. I reached out to this guy like 2 weeks ago. Was talking to him. He agreed to come on. Only if people don't die on the show. So, which means we're already fucked. This guy is actually I found him from Cobra Kai content, so that's actually how I know him. He's a big Cobra Kai fan, just like myself, and actually Lex here. So he's already great within the community. And I figured out that he does some NFL content on a second channel, which is also fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Evan.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up,
Hi,
man?
Evan.
Nice to meet you guys.
You too.
me too.
So I'm a Bengals fan. I see that sweatshirt of yours. I like it.
Hey, let's go.
I like that.
Respect it.
Fuck.
I had no idea you were a Bengals fan. That's awesome to see.
Yes, sir.
What about you guys? What are you guys fans? What's your favorite team?
I am a Seahawks fan.
Seahawks. Nice.
Yeah,
And I am a Dolphins fan.
Dolphins. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I haven't seen this podcast. How long is it? How long does this normally go for?
It depends.
Goes on for about an hour.
Awesome.
Throughout the off season we go like an hour just because
That
we've
was
been
great.
talking about. But during the season we try to do like an hour and a half. Just depends
Awesome.
on what else, what is there to talk about. But
Yeah.
It's never an hour and a half.
we try our best.
It's never an hour
Yeah.
and a half.
Awesome.
but
Yeah.
right now, we are a week away from free agency. How's everybody feeling? I know the Bengals just did something just yesterday and franchise tag T. Higgins for the second year in a row. Anyone thoughts on that?
I can go first if you want me to.
You're at
Yeah.
it, man.
I thought it was the move that they were going to make. It looked like they were going to make it for a while, and it looks like this tag is just to buy them more time to get a long-term deal done. I don't know what that's going to look like, but right now they're clearing a lot of cap space to look, and it looks like that's going to be what happens. Or of course, there's the trade route with all that. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. But I think it's the move. I mean, that you can't just let a young 26-year-old receiver walk in free agency like that. So, it was the move that they were bound to make. So, yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, I feel like this is the last year that we have Chase, Burrow, Higgins, and also like kind of Henderson like on the same team. Like, if we don't go all the way this year, we wasted a lot of potential, a lot of talent.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, like the big three, and you're not winning. Got to do better than last year. So, for sure.
Seahawks actually just made some moves. This morning, Lex? Cut some players, unfortunately.
They released 4 players. George Fan being one of them. Bryant basically took over the safety spot for the kind of like towards the end of the season there. So I think he will be the safety number 1 going to next season along with Julian Love. They also cut Draymond Jones. He wasn't really doing much in Seattle. I thought he was going to have a bigger role there, but no. But I mean, that's still good. We still have Boyd Mafe, Derek Hall, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen there. Hopefully, we improve some of our edge rushers in the draft. And then we got a couple other people. But I feel like Draymond Jones and Rashawn Jenkins were like the 2 big guys that we cut during this off season for sure. And I guess they said only 2 players got tagged during the franchise tag. I guess right now only Trey Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs, and of course we mentioned earlier with T. Higgins. Kind of shocked, but Evan, you want to go ahead and talk about your channel? What do you do?
Yeah, so my main channel, as you said, is a Cobra Kai channel, and that's been my main thing for a while, and it's at about 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and then a little over that, and then TikTok is like 50,000. But then my sports channel is my second channel. Is just the live that we do each week with our friends, kind of like this. But yeah, those are like my 2 channels that I really work on, which since Cobra Kai's over now, I don't know if you guys know that, but kind of holding back on a lot of videos now. So, not focusing as much on the Cobra Kai channel. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you switch jerseys?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Went from Bengals to Seahawks, huh?
So I was born and raised a Seahawks fan my entire life. And then back in 2019, when the Bengals were tanking, I started to root for them to win because my fucking mind didn't know what tanking really was. It's like, this team keeps losing. So I was rooting for them kind of to win and become a fan just really ever since. Logan calls me a bandwagon fan. I say the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in his lifetime. Like, yeah, we're even.
Just a reminder that I didn't say anything in the past 5 minutes, and I just got slandered twice. That's fucking crazy. I didn't say a word, and I'm getting slandered. Just let's remember that shit. I'm gonna remember that shit. But continue.
Shots fired.
Yep, shots are getting fired.
So do you still like the Seahawks? Still like your second favorite team?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so my first favorite team, but with Lex
Oh,
being
I
like
see.
the
Oh,
Seahawks
wait,
fan
is that your
here.
favorite
Like,
team?
yeah, the Bengals my second favorite team, but like Lex being like the big Seahawks fan here. We don't need two Seahawks fans and a Dolphins fan, so might as well just branch myself out a little bit.
I see.
So I guess I have to ask, Joe Burrow over Tua, or is it Tua versus Burrow?
Come on, that ain't a debate. I'm
Bro,
sorry.
why do you gotta make this about Tua, bro? Why?
Dude,
That's not fair to
come on.
You
Tua,
guys
though.
are
That's not
looking
fair
to make me look.
I
Fucking
I
God,
had
bro.
to
Oh my
mention
fucking God.
the 2020 class. I have to mention.
No, you did not. You did not. No, you did not. You did not. Don't you dare say you had to. You didn't have to do shit. You didn't have to do shit. Don't you dare lie to me and say you had to do that because you did not.
You know
How
what?
dare you blame the
It's the
circumstances
2020 draft
that
class.
don't exist?
You know what? I will say this: both quarterbacks are better than Justin Herbert. I can say that confidently, and Logan will agree.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. Tua over
Yeah, no, I
Herbert?
will definitely agree.
Okay.
Anthony's right. This is just Logan.
Really is, Anthony. It really is, man.
Viewers.
Thank you. Even he sees it.
World. All right.
Fuck.
Anyways, all right. We can talk about the first free offseason move of the year, and that was on Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, whatever time it was. The Washington Commanders. I mean, what a great move for Washington. They needed a wide receiver too, and they did wide receivers from the 2019 draft class. I just realized that right now. But anyways, what do you guys think of the move so far? Deebo Samuel's a commander, and Commanders just had to give it was a 5th round pick.
He is out of the division, and I'm so glad because he's living off of that 1 year hype. We had one great year and then threw a fit because he wanted to get paid. Got paid and hasn't been shit.
Yeah. He's solid at the slot, but he's not worth that 20 million cap hit or whatever I saw he has. That's crazy. So I think like the reason it was only a 5th was 1 because he's an average player, and 2 because that's a crazy cap hit for a guy like him. So that's gonna suck for the Commanders.
I guess Washington's gonna take over the entire contract, so they're like, yeah, we are not gonna give up like a big ton for.
If they give up anything more than a 5th,
for a wide receiver too, essentially.
A 20 million cap hit Deebo Samuel. And that team, that Commanders team just gotta start. I mean, they're in it to win it right now, so they gotta hit the mark right on the guys they're trading and spending their cap on. Which they have a lot of cap space, to be fair. They still have like 50 million after that. So
yeah, so they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine for sure. Let's just see whatever offseason moves they're gonna make, because they're definitely right now saying, hey, we're gonna go all in this upcoming offseason. We made the NFC Championship game with the roster that we had at the time. Of course, ownership changes does play a factor in that one, but yeah. So we'll see how that one goes. Logan, what are your thoughts on Deebo Samuel being a commander?
I'll be right back.
You're good.
I think it's a good move. I didn't see it coming in the slightest, to be honest. Deebo's definitely not the Deebo that we saw in that. Was it 2021 or 2022? That little running 2021, yeah. But it's gonna help. It's gonna help the Commanders, but as long as he's not being a diva about it, it should definitely be a huge boost to them. Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. And we also got some news today. I guess Saquon Barkley got himself a 2-year extension. He is getting paid some very big money, I guess. It's not 2 years, 41 million, I saw.
Wait, I didn't see. I saw something about Saquon.
Yeah. 2 years, 41 million. Yeah.
2 year, 41 million. Holy
Yeah, he's
So,
the highest. paid
that's the
running
highest for
back in
sure.
football.
Yeah.
20 million a season. Oh, basically 20.5 million per season, essentially.
What's McCaffrey making? Because he's the second most. Like, is he making 19?
I think it was like 17 or something.
17. Damn, I don't know. He's already 30, so that contract will be through 33 by that ends. I'd be a little nervous giving a running back that falls off, because a running back falls off at like 31. Well, even before 60. But
There's obviously going to be anomalies like Frank Gore and then maybe Derrick Henry right now, but yeah, it's still pretty hefty. I get it. You know, you got 2,000 yards, over 2,000 yards scrimmage yards this season, but still, and I think it wasn't like a 3-year deal just in the beginning already from last offseason, or so is this like 2 years adding on to this, or is this more like a restructure?
I don't know. If it's an extension, then it's adding on to that, but I don't know. Let me see.
I think it was labeled an extension, from what I remember seeing.
Right. So essentially,
Yeah, it's an extension.
He has 4 years left. He's 4 years left with Philadelphia now.
Oh, that's right. He signed a 3 years. So yeah, he's 4 years. That's right. Gosh.
Yeah.
All I know is that Giants fans are fuming. In fact, they have to watch this guy carve up their defense for their 4 years.
They're rolling in their graves right now.
On my second channel, one of the guys on it's a Giants fan. It's so easy to make fun of him, man. It's so easy. Oh, that has to be the easiest team to make fun of right now.
Oh yeah, no, we do it pretty much. We do it a good amount of times too. Yeah, because our friend here who's been commentating is a Giants fan, so we've been
brutal.
So he knows. Not only that, he's also fortunately a Yankees fan.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just one big middle finger every year for the Giants.
How's Juan Soto?
They wanted Hard Knocks and got humiliated right after.
Giants are the reason they're not making the offseason Hard Knocks anymore either. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
One of the
But
biggest reasons why like Anthony here, being a Yankees fan, he's pissed off, is because Logan and I streamed the entire World Series together. And we were taking massive shits on the Yankees. Logan is a big Red Sox fan, so he was fucking running laps around every single Yankees fan.
That's great.
Let the record show, by the way, I was only there for 1 inning of the entire stream coverage, and it was the 10th inning of game 1, and I chose a great inning to choose.
Oh, yes.
That was the funniest thing I've seen in my life.
That was a terrible World Series.
I was saying before Nestor even went into the game, I said, why are they putting him in? Because they shouldn't have. He had been months, and they put him against Ohtani and Freeman. And then 2 pitches later, Freeman did the greatest thing I've ever seen. Well, not even the greatest, but one of the greatest, for sure.
That World Series is a shame. It's a sham. I'll say that for sure.
Okay.
It was a great World Series.
It was a fantastic
World Series.
It was.
Worst World Series of all time. Worst World Series of all time. You know, coming from a Giants fan. You know, it's coming from a Giant from a San Francisco
not the worst
Giants
World
fan.
Series of all time.
You know,
yeah,
Game 5, I feel like there's some good reasons why it was a World Series.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's not
worst defensive in a World Series.
Anyways.
You know, there is a player that, you know, Thomas has been known to glaze for like this past season that didn't get tagged. But the Vikings are still currently working on a deal. And that man name is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, what a season for him. He is definitely going to be someone to look at during this off season. So Anyone thinks what anyone wants to predict what Sam Darnold's future is? Go ahead.
I don't know. Darnold is such a weird future because it looks like the Vikings are still trying to get something done with that, but they're not going to tag him. So I don't know what that looks like, but I think the Vikings are going to end up just going with McCarthy. Darnold, I could see. I heard the Titans probably aren't going to draft a quarterback, which I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that move, but they could sign Darnold, which they have the cap to do that, and then draft Abdul Carter or Hunter. That'd be fun. That's one heck to make a team.
Could see that honestly because Sam Darnold is right now currently. Oh, go ahead, Thomas.
See, personally, I think he should come to Seattle. He can, bench Geno, start Darnold. It'll be a great season. But I don't think John is smart enough to do that.
At that point, you might want to just cut Geno Smith at that point, though. You don't want that cap hit on the bench.
They're talking about getting him extended. If that's the case, I might lose my shit.
Not a big Geno Smith fan.
Okay, so
I like him, but
okay. Here's the thing: everyone's been saying we should get rid of Geno Smith, but a lot of people don't really have a legit backup option, a next man up because. A better option because everyone's like, oh, get rid of Geno Smith. But here it is. Geno Smith is not a bad player. He's not the worst player, but he's not he's not like a top 5 player, top 5 quarterback. So we're kind of all right, I'm kind of fine with Geno Smith as stopgap option. It's just the fact that is who are we going to replace him with? Sam Howell. We saw what we did in that Packers game. Which I guess again, was thrown into a situation, on that Sunday Night Football game. I understand it, but it's also showing that we kind of gave up this big haul to be potentially the next man up, right? Right, Thomas. We kind of give up somewhat of a haul to see maybe he can be the guy, but it feels like he's just going to be another Drew Lock situation. We thought, oh, he'll be the guy right after Geno, but he's going to go walk in free agency right after his rookie contract expires since he has one more year left. But I mean, we'll see what happens. There's been some rumors about Seattle drafting Jackson Dart in the draft, but who knows? I just really want this offseason is to get an O-line. That's more of my biggest concern than really quarterback right now. We'll get to quarterback hopefully soon. If we draft a quarterback maybe second, third round, I'm fine with it. Just not a first round because we need a line. That's more the bigger need than anything.
What do you think? It's there's a lot of rumors surrounding a DK trade and a Lockett just cut straight out. What do you guys think of that? And just moving the JSN as wide receiver 1. That's a crazy move. Moving DK.
I mean, I guess I'll start with DK because DK Metcalf this season, good wide receiver. I think the only issue we've just been having with him is just him he needs to control his anger, control a bit of his temperature because there were games at times I'm like, dude,
I remember when DK threw Cam Taylor-Britt to the ground, Bengals cornerback. Hey, I remember that.
Yeah, and then there was another game, the Lions game. I remember the Bears game.
Dude, that fucking
the Bears game. I think it was another one. There was another instance, but I think those were the two highlighted ones that were dude, you got to kind of relax. This is not dude, you got to relax, especially sometimes in these crucial games too. You got to kind of relax. I get it. It's frustrating, but you got to calm down for a bit there. You can't find anyone. But Tyler Lockett, though, it's kind of tough because he's been, been pretty much like I guess, what would you describe him? Like he's been like pretty much our guy since 2015. He's going to go into his 11th season now, and ever since we drafted JSN, we kind of knew that it was kind of like we're approaching the time that Lockett was going to eventually leave, or eventually might retire. Who knows? I don't know what, but it is tough because
I get that. That is
I
tough 'cause
want to see him
I
retire
love
as a
him as a
Seahawk,
player.
but
I do what's right.
yeah, I think if we keep him, then we're like, okay, then this year is going to be the final run because after this season he will be a free agent. So we're like, if he stays, it's fine, but if he does it, it'll be sad, but we also get it too. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll find a way to make him stay. Maybe we cut him and then just sign him to a 1-year deal just to make the contract cheaper. Who knows?
That's fair. Yeah, like a restructured deal, kind of. That's probably
Restructure deal, probably, but but yeah, we'll see how
trading
that one goes.
Because like he's a young receiver.
It really depends. I mean, still very young, but I think it would really depend on the haul that we would have to look at. But otherwise, I think I would probably just keep DK for what it is because he's still a really good receiver. Just needs to control his anger, and I think we'll be fine.
That's fair.
I mean, I will say this: if we do trade away DK for a 5th-round pick, I will be pissed.
Yeah,
that one I will say.
You'll get more than a 5th for him. There's no.
We are, yeah. I'm not sure what would be the.
I don't know if Evan here saw there's like a big trade rumor where the Packers were going to trade for DK. It's in like the 1st, the 2nd, and I believe it was like one of their receivers. That's
Romeo
not a
Dobbs.
bad haul. And like I wouldn't say
not a bad haul. I guess because JSN would go to the number 1 spot and then Romeo Dobbs would be the 2nd. But I don't know. I feel like people understand that trumping your emotions over logic can impact the game.
Yeah, it really can.
Yeah. Like there was times when we saw that with DK and we're like, dude, you gotta and especially like when you see that yellow flag, you're like, dude, like we had it, and it's I don't know why, and yeah, part of it is because of the Ryan Grubb offense. It did not. It was bad, but I mean, hopefully Clint Kubiak is the guy. We don't know. Well, but hopefully, I believe there's some positive going into next season. So as long as we just make the right moves, I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to offensive coordinators, the bar is pretty low. Like we had Shane Waldron for like 3 years. Like I was shitty. And then Ryan Grubb, which I'm a Huskies fan. So like I was like excited for it, but he did not fit the NFL scheme. Oh god. DK
George Pickens, Vontaze perfect. Josh Norman versus OBJ.
Vontaze perfect?
Oh, Josh Norman versus OBJ. I wouldn't say DK's Vontaze perfect. Like, perfect's a different.
That's a little nuts.
I feel like,
I was gonna say Perfect is a different breed of
Vontaze perfect
person.
And I'll admit this is a Bengals fan. He was straight up dirty, but
DK,
DK is he's hot headed. He's not dirty. He's hot headed.
Yeah,
but that's the difference. Yeah.
I do love I think
that's about it.
Underrated receivers for sure.
But since free agency approaching, we also got to look at other QBs. We got Russell Wilson. Do you think he stays in? Do y'all think he stays in Pittsburgh, or does he test out the water somewhere else?
How about he goes to Vegas and just does the funniest shit in the world? It would make sense,
Yeah.
But people are saying
you cut out.
But do I really want to see him in Vegas?
Yeah. I don't like Vegas, so I hope not. Broncos are my second favorite team, so you got to hate the Raiders. So
That's fair. I'm so a Bengals and a Broncos fan. Okay.
yeah, but Bengals are on another level. It's Bengals,
Respect it.
and then Broncos, and then everyone else. So
Listen,
Yeah.
when it comes to the Bengals and Broncos, you guys have a common middle ground. Fuck the Chiefs.
Exactly. Very
I
true.
bet you
Oh,
are
yeah,
so
no.
happy with that.
I think everyone
that
could universally agree.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyone got any takes for free agency? Any takes at all?
Oh wait, there was a trade that went down. Was yesterday, this morning? One of the Rams offensive linemen's going to Chicago.
Wait.
Big move for
I'm
Chicago.
at
former
school all
Ronin,
day.
I guess
missed
now.
all this. Wait, who got traded?
It's one of the Rams offensive.
Jonah
linemen.
Jackson from the Rams.
Oh, Jonah Jackson.
Yeah, he is now going to the Bears. Wait, what'd you say?
Jonah Jackson's solid. He's solid.
I'm all for all this.
Yeah, he is going to the Bears to beef up the old line, and yeah, but I can Seattle make some moves now because I don't know. John Schneider every year, this man always waits until like later on, like the second or third free agency cycle to finally do something, and like the moves either like will have one guy randomly pan out, but like the rest will just be terrible. Hence we cut Rashawn Jenkins and Draymond Jones, but yeah, I need Seattle to get someone, just anyone to resemble no line, because I do not want to see Anthony Bradford getting another penalty for so many times.
You guys had what was it? Didn't Connor Williams retire like mid-season or something like that?
Yeah, I think he retired. I think after the season he did with the
was it after the
Seahawks.
season? He was
Yeah.
young.
It might have been middle.
He retired mid-season. He retired mid-season after, I think, the game versus Buffalo. I like to say the game versus Buffalo or the game after the Rams.
No, not Evan.
No, we do not want Evan Neal. That
no one wants Evan Neal.
Nah. But knowing Josh Snyder, he would definitely trade him in a heartbeat for a third-round pick and thinks he got a steal.
What if we trade a third?
I think
to the Commanders and we get Bobby Wagner back. Personally, I think it's a brilliant move.
Oh,
he's a free agent.
Bobby Wagner's actually going to be free agent.
Oh shit! Apparently, I don't know anything nowadays. Okay, fine. How about we sign him for a third time?
Yeah,
Hey.
I really. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't oppose it, but if Bobby Wagner retires this season, I at least want him to sign a one-day contract to Seattle, a one-day contract. So at least he retires as a Seahawk.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. What if we trade a third-round pick to the Dolphins?
And definitely will be a Hall of
third-round pick to the Dolphins, and we get Jordan Brooks.
Jordan Brooks.
Absolutely not. No,
Jordan
No,
Brooks.
give him
you are
back.
not doing that. No, buddy. You traded him.
No, we're fine with Ernest Jones.
Womp womp, buddy. Look out here.
Well, we didn't trade him. We let him walk.
That's even better.
We let him
We didn't have to
walk.
give you anything.
And it's funny, we did sign that Dolphins linebacker. I forgot his name.
I don't remember his name. Listen,
But he
really
did get
this
traded to
season,
the Titans.
He was gone.
He got traded. But we got him something better, though. We got Ernest Jones with that trade, and he was a beast. And that's kind of the main priority for Seattle this offseason is re-extending Ernest Jones to hopefully to a pretty good deal. But I guess for your teams, what is one move that your team needs to do this offseason?
Ooh, that's a good one. Do you want me to go first? I can go first.
You can go first.
Sure. Go ahead.
I don't know if you guys know who this is, but Geno Stone, get him
Yeah.
the fuck off my team. Holy fuck,
I
that
don't
dude's
like him.
Oh,
I hate that guy.
terrible. Like in my like off-season wish list that we did on like a live a few weeks ago, I had the Bengals like cutting him. Apparently, we're receiving like trade calls for him. You guys could trade him for anything, like a 7th round pick. So I'll take it, dude. That dude's so bad. Just get him off.
he's a Mike McDonald merchant. He was a Mike McDonald merchant.
I remember him from one single play, and that was when we played the Ravens 2 years ago, and he picked off Geno Smith, and I was like, oh, Geno picked off Geno, and then when the Bengals signed him, I was like, all right, he might be good. He's the worst player at his position.
He's terrible. I was so excited about him because he had that breakout year with the Ravens. He was one of the main reasons the Ravens were so good that year. He had like 7 picks, led the league in picks, and then he came.
Him and Kyle Hamilton.
Him and Kyle Hamilton, yeah.
What is that? What was that?
If you do like that, it's sometimes I don't know.
Dude, I never knew that.
I don't know. It's not.
What?
It sometimes does it. I don't know.
Dude, did you not see the thumbs up bubble like a right above your head?
No, I think something was covering it. Something's covering it right now.
It's only when you're on iPhone though that it works.
I'm on a laptop, so
or maybe it does work a lot. I don't know.
I don't know. That was really weird though. That caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And then I guess for free agent, I'd love Nick Bolton from the Chiefs. That'd be awesome.
Nick Bolton would not be a bad option for anyone who needs linebackers. How far are the Dallas Mavericks? Oh yeah, no, they're definitely. I mean, no, they've been even before that. They are down there.
Cooked.
They are down there in the trenches.
After they traded Luka, I'm praying on the Mavericks' downfall. That was brutal. I want them to be bad at this point.
Yeah. I think the Lakers and the Mavs play one more time.
Logan just sent a text saying that the Wi-Fi is out with him, so he might dip.
Oh, okay. But yeah, dude, like if apparently there are talks about 80. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, it just gets worse and worse for the Mavs.
The whole year.
A team that made the finals. How in like almost 1 year, when you make the finals, y'all go downhill. How is that possible?
I just don't get it. They're not like an old team too. Like they had a lot more in the tank, and then they just freaking threw everything into hell and traded Luka. I don't get it.
It kind of reminds me of the 23 Rams where they won the Super Bowl and they just sucked the year after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Logan's not here. We can talk about, the biggest reason why Evan's on this show. Who do you think is better looking? Zara Malik,
Oh gosh.
or like anybody else on that show?
Oh my gosh, dude. I can't answer those questions. Oh man,
I'm kidding.
dude. That's like every time I go on the farm bargain with those questions. I can't. I got a girlfriend. I can't do this, bro.
Dude, Lex and I go back and forth on this all the time.
I have someone. Well, I know. Well, he asked that question for a very specific reason. But for me, I had to say Kim. I had to say Kim.
Kim
She's
Da-eun?
twice your age.
Yes.
Huh.
Her with the hair down.
All right, bro. All right.
All right.
This is how the show gets
But
canceled.
anyways, what were the actually thoughts on the finale though? Like, what were your actual thoughts?
Without really spoiling it for like people that haven't seen it yet, Anthony here, motherfucker.
Even though it's been like 3 weeks already.
Oh, you
dude,
watched it? Yeah, I won't spoil that. It was messy, but it was good. I liked it
It
overall.
was messy.
I don't think it was perfect. I don't think it was perfect by any means. As much as I love that show.
I felt like at least everything came in full circle at the end. That's all I'll say that for sure. Because at the end, it was the whole point was supposed to be Johnny Lawrence, supposed to be like the main character, and I did glad that at least they did make it that towards the very end there, and it wasn't just like
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, was the ending of the show the Miyagi way? That's the biggest question.
Oh man, I love that show. That show had its corny moments though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. No, that the show was on when it started on YouTube Red. It was actually pretty decent. Like for what it is on YouTube Red, I did not expect it to be great, but for season 1 and 2, it was actually pretty solid. It was actually very solid. Then I think when Netflix got there, I think as soon as Netflix got there, they were like, all right, we could do whatever we want now. Like we could expand to everything else right after when like season 3 went to Netflix and there on so forth. So I think they were like, we could like we're no longer limited. We could make the show like as grand as we can.
Yeah, I feel like they made it a little too extreme, to be honest. It has became so unrealistic.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you like Fast and Furious, essentially. It's like there's moments you're like, all right, y'all are doing this for teenage karate. Like, especially, I love how like the memes are, especially with Terry Silver. It was like, oh wow, like he was really legit gonna kill Johnny's family for teenage karate.
Yeah.
Actually,
I mean, you also got to think about it too with the. Oh,
Go on.
go ahead.
You're good.
No, you also got to think about it too in the original Karate Kid trilogy. There are moments too they actually did have some a tiny bit extreme stuff for teenage karate, just for karate. They actually did go something like in part 3 specifically. Terry Silver legit was trying to traumatize a 18-year-old Daniel LaRusso for to go into the tournament so he could beat him.
Yeah, especially in 3, I feel like they're more unrealistic.
Yeah.
Components to that, for sure.
Yeah, but Thomas, go ahead.
I was gonna ask. This is a question that I've seen still around, especially in part 2 and part 3. and Lex and I, we kind of sat down and talked about this before. We don't really agree. Would you say Quan was nerfed in part 2? And would you say that Axel was nerfed in part 3? Personally, I don't think so.
Ooh.
That's a great question. I don't think Quan was nerfed at all. Actually, I don't know. I don't think Quan was nerfed. Axel, no, I don't think either one of them were nerfed. I think Axel, you can make a more of an argument than you could for Quan, but no, I mean Axel was beating up Robbie pretty handedly until Robbie got hurt. So yeah, and then I mean Miguel's Miguel. So
Yeah, the goat.
Yeah. I think going at it, I think with Kwan, I think for people are saying like he got nerfed because he only had like a few episodes just to show off like his karate skills. And I think how it is from the perspective, I think it's just more for the fact he was just a product of his own demise. That's it. Because Kreese legit told him like everything like, hey, Cobra Kai never dies. Like goes like the full mentality of like just the extreme mentality of you better destroy him. And I think that's just what happened. And I think that's just what it is. Otherwise, I think he would have been like a very great fighter for the most part. And for Axel, Axel, I don't think he got nerfed. I think he wanted to play by his own rules. That was it. Could he have destroyed him? Yeah, for sure. Because legit, Terry Silver and Sensei Wolf were legit told Axel to legit break his back soon as he like does that roundhouse kick. And he could have done it. But he didn't do it. He said, hey, I want to play fairly. I want to play clean. I want to be known as the guy that just like as destroys their opponent in an unfair way. So I think that's what happened. And hey, Miguel won. It is what it is.
yeah, for sure.
I will say having Miguel versus Axel, especially like the round 3 fight, although with all those flashback scenes, was so badass.
It was awesome.
Like the perfect like full circle moment.
That was awesome. That was the best part,
Yeah.
I think. Part 3, best fight in part 3.
Best fight in part 3. I guess since we're talking about fights, which is the greatest fight in all of Cobra Kai?
Oh man, I don't know.
So we're not including the trilogy. We're not including the original trilogy. We're just gonna do all the fights from season 1 to 6. So I feel like you have the high school brawl. You have that one. You got the Sakai brawl actually.
You got the dojo fight too in season 5. The last
Yeah,
one.
you got the Larissa House fight in season 3.
Yeah. I'm probably the school fight, but I don't know that house fight in the season 3 finale is up there for me.
Yeah. Another fight, I would say this between Chosen and Silver.
That was so.
If Chosen
So-
wasn't drunk, Chosen definitely wins, like easily. I will say that.
Chosen kind of did win because he showed him remember he showed him mercy and then he slashed him.
Yeah.
I actually thought Chosen was actually gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Kreese was dead that episode too.
But nope, it was all a scheme.
Yeah, we had
It
2
was all a
fake
little
deaths.
plan.
Crazy.
This one that's good. This one
An
that's
underrated
talk about stuff. But Johnny versus the 5 senseis when it when
Oh,
he sees
yeah.
his baby,
That's
and
awesome.
he just like goes off.
Goes off one.
Yeah, that was I bias you towards Mike Barnes, but Mike Barnes coming at the end too was like the cherry on top of that fight. That was awesome.
Yeah. I was expecting him to wake up right now. Like I was saying when Johnny was going down, I'm like, Matt Barnes is gonna wake up soon. He is gonna wake up and save him at the last minute. But no, that part when Johnny just went all out, so he saw his kid, or I guess new teacher kid. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, Cobra Kai had its good moments for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I feel like no answer to this question. Will you be there opening night to see Karate Kid Legends?
No, no,
Really?
no. I love Cobra Kai. I love that whole universe, but I'm not a big fan of that movie, to be honest. I just think it's a total cash grab.
That's
To be
fair.
completely honest with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That is fair. I, I think also, I mean, I cannot wait to see the movie. I'll try to find my own day to watch it for sure. I just really want to see how they're gonna at least try to like connect the both I guess both universes from the Thousand Night Karate film to what the to this current edition of the Karate Kid franchise right now. So we'll see how it is because it just feels like I don't know. I feel like I can't wait to see what Jackie Chan works with Daniel LaRusso, but I want to see. I really want to see if it's not going to be like fully forced in. They just like just kind of made like a thin, like a thin thread. They're like, yeah, we could kind of like just make that happen, and
Exactly.
then just boom, we'll go
Yeah.
on from there.
I love Ralph Macchio and I love Jackie Chan. Those are two of some of my favorite actors. But it's just and like I love the Karate Kid, but it's I don't know. I just don't think they have the storyline, but I could be wrong. And I hope it's good. I just yeah. I just don't have a lot of faith in it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, got one. What do you guys consider was the best season in Cobra Kai? Like, I guess what is your favorite season in Cobra Kai specifically?
My favorite, and I've said this since it came out, is season 3. I love that season so much. And
it's a
it
great.
may be because we had to wait so long for it, but I love season 3.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on! Breaking news: the Saints have released running back Jamal Williams.
Yeah, I saw that. And Detroit return to Detroit? Maybe. I don't think they need
Detroit,
him,
that'd
but
be cool. A Detroit return would be cool. I love Jamal.
I don't think they would need him, but I mean, hey, he brought that mentality in though.
He's a locker room
Yeah,
guy.
that meant
Sure.
Could go to the Bengals.
I think like a one destination I could see him going to is the Giants. Bengals, yeah. Giants I could see it too. Just to like have something.
Do, does anyone see him more as a? I don't know. I don't I don't view him more than a running back 3. To be honest, I don't even know if he's a backup running back at this point in his career. As much as I love him, I just don't even know if he's a backup level because he was so brutal that
I
last year.
I think I'm not sure it was just because the team was just terrible in general and the Saints. Uh, I do think he probably has maybe like a little bit left in the tank. I do just see him as more as an RB2/RB3 type of guy, but if you want someone in the locker room, I feel like you want someone to kind of change the environment in the locker room. You need a guy like him. I feel like him on the Bengals, him on the Giants, or any team that would like need some resemblance of a running back could actually work it. Maybe the Raiders, honestly, with him and Pete Carroll, honestly could
Hey,
actually do something.
that's very true. Do you got? Oh yeah, you guys probably. How did you guys react to the Pete Carroll firing? What do you guys think of that?
Oh, that day. So I remember that day actually. I was going hiking and I was driving to the place and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh shoot. And I saw it like on like just on the side notification while I'm like listening to music. And I'm like, as soon as I got to the place, I'm like, all right, I gotta stop there. I gotta like react to it because it's like to me, it felt like it was expected, but it was still kind of shocking because I thought Pete Carroll was
Yeah.
going to be there for until he retires. That's how I was treating this during this offseason. I'm like, if Pete Carroll goes, he goes. If he doesn't, then I'm like fine with it because it just feels like, hey, he won us the Super Bowl. He was one of the winning head coaches for Seattle for a very long time. So it just felt like, if he's here to stay, he's here to stay. If he leaves, then he leaves. But so it's kind of like you're shocked, but it's also you're kind of not like surprised by the idea that it actually happened.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thomas, what were you thinking when
I remember
Carroll
where I
got
was.
fired?
I was doing school, trying to finish out my senior year of high school, and I was texting Lex, and I was like, yeah, what do you think of Mike Vrabel coming, to Seattle? He's like a DC or something, but he was like, no, no, head coach. Like, what do you mean head coach? So it's like, did you hear Pete Carroll got fired? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, check Twitter. Look over Twitter.
All right, all right.
Like, I just like happened to text him at that exact moment, and I was like, what?
Dang.
I forgot. I think that was when I was hiking too. I think that's when I didn't. Yeah, it was an interesting day because I think it was again like you're shocked by that it actually happened, but you're also like it was kind of expected because it just felt like with Pete Carroll, it's like he's still a good head coach, but just like how the last few years we've been in Seattle, it just kind of felt like we're not really making strides, but we're like it's kind of like the Steelers essentially. Like we're good enough to not be terrible, but we're not like good enough to be like considered like serious contenders. So it was like something we were like, okay, something has to change. I thought, like Thomas, I was agreeing with Mike Vrabel probably being a DC, but he got as soon as he got fired, it was like, oh, Mike Vrabel as head coach would not be a bad option. And we got Mike McDonald, then I'm like, oh, all right, I'll take it. Because the only hire I was not going to be happy for was Dan Quinn.
Well,
I thought Dan Quinn was not going to be a great hire for Seattle.
I wanted Dan Quinn.
Yeah, okay.
Out of it.
Dude, I love Dan
I was
Quinn
thinking
so much. He's one of my favorite coaches.
Because don't get wrong, Dan Quinn as DC, he's great. We saw what happened in Dallas and in Seattle, of course. But I was thinking with this time in Atlanta, I was thinking he was just gonna be like kind of getting out coached there for some games. I'm like, dude, you had your shot. Like, why did you blow this opportunity here? And not saying like blow a lead, but like just more like they'll lose in a way that just like how. But I guess I was wrong here because Dan Quinn apparently got into the NFC Championship game in year one with Zach Ertz, Bobby Wagner, Austin Eckler, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Marshall Lattimore now. And I thought those guys were kind of like a little bit past the prime a little bit. I thought it was just kind of like going to be like just kind of like the team was going to be mediocre.
When he gets back, I feel like we should discuss the biggest argument. Who is the better UFL kicker? Jake Bates or Brandon Bitchface Aubrey?
Or Brandon Aubrey. Really want to see how that one goes. We know it's not Justin Tucker now.
Oh God, we can discuss Justin Tucker.
I feel like I don't think have we ever mentioned Justin Tucker in our last podcast? I don't think so.
I think we mentioned it as a complete like throwaway gag, but like we didn't go like in depth.
Because we thought everything like, okay, maybe we'll let it clear up. We didn't want to we thought I was thinking like maybe there was just rumors or something, but it's looking more pretty real, pretty realistic.
Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
All right, you're good. So Thomas has a question to ask you.
As a Bengals fan, I kind of have to know. What do you think of the Justin Tucker allegations?
Dude,
Oh,
I feel like we're next in that division because holy crap, Deshaun Watson and the Browns, Ravens got Tucker, Steelers have freaking Big Ben. Freaking, we're gonna get some pervert on our team at one point. Golly, that whole AFC North is cooked. Oh my.
I mean, the Ravens also had Ray Lewis, Ray Rice,
Yeah.
Steelers. I mean, the AFC North is entirely is an entire mess of players.
Oh, wait, hang on. Remember correctly, and this was kind of swept underneath the rug because it was a rookie. But wasn't there like one of the Bengals rookie like wide receivers had some like shit go down? Yeah, you remember this. You remember that. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe that is our
Wait,
guy.
what happened?
So yeah. Oh my
dude,
gosh.
you never heard?
Yeah. So
Oh.
the Bengals.
I think what's it because it was.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, who?
I think the audio's off. Jermaine Burton is his name. He's our like 6th-string receiver. We drafted him out of Alabama. I was so excited about him because he looks like he had all the talent in the world. And the dude is a complete mess. He's a complete mess. I mean, he skipped practices. He got suspended a lot of the year. He got evicted from a lot of his houses, and then he reportedly had a domestic something going on with his girlfriend. I don't know exactly the details, but yeah, he's a whole mess. He's a whole mess. I don't know what? And it's looking like they're gonna cut him.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those things like if you're not a Bengals fan, you have no idea about this.
Yeah, and it especially with a low market team like the Bengals, of all teams, like it didn't really get all that much media attention, which I don't know.
I guess I mean that's kind of good and also a little bit bad too.
Yeah.
So
very true.
Why? Because here's this. Who do you think is a better kicker, Brandon Aubrey or Jake Bates?
Brandon Aubrey. I love Bates.
Let's go.
Okay.
Because we're also USFL/UFL fans, so when we see players,
hey, no, yeah, I watched like the Battlehawks as a joke. Me and my friend were watching the Battlehawks, and we saw freaking Jake Bates when he was on. I forget, is it the Michigan Panthers, whatever their name is? I saw him kick a freaking 63-yard field goal to win the game, and that's like the first time I saw that dude. I'm like, oh, he's going to NFL. What the hell?
Dude, here's the thing. Because at first he kicked it, and then the Battlehawks iced him, and we went out and did it again. I'm like, what the fuck?
That dude's crazy.
Yes, the second longest field goal now in Ford Field, along with just in Detroit. But yeah, so. But when he was when Brandon Aubrey was with the Stallions, though, he was actually very active. When his time in Dallas, I was like, he's a great kicker, but he's not going to win another championship since he's on Dallas now. And he still is. He's still one of the best kickers in the league right now. He's 29. I think he's about to be 30 this year, but
he is not one of the,
yes,
one
he
of the
is.
best kickers in the league. Quit fucking lying to us.
Why I was going to say Evan McPherson.
Brandon Aubrey.
No, because since I am a Birmingham Stallions fan and I do love Brandon Aubrey, this man just hates it for that reason. And I think he saw like Brandon Aubrey miss one time versus like the Giants game or something, week 5.
Yep.
So he
yeah,
ever since then, he's kind of been
one of the games that we were streaming.
was Giants versus Cowboys. And then this man I saw Brandon Aubrey miss, and he ever since then he's just started hating Brandon Aubrey for that reason.
That's funny.
Nothing
The
else.
terrible
Like
kicker
that's
you
pretty
know.
much it. I'm
Just
saying.
admit it.
Even I do love Jason Myers too. I do like Jason Myers, but I gotta give response to Brandon Aubrey. At least we're not Jake
Chris
Moody.
Boswell
At least
of
I'll
the
say that.
Steelers. I hate Chris Boswell, but I hate the Steelers. I don't hate him. But Chris Boswell's a solid kicker.
At least we're not Jake Moody. I'll say that. Or at least our kickers are not Jake Moody.
I don't like that guy either. Oh.
Dude, the offense.
I will never understand how the Niners get over there.
The onside attempt. Holy shit.
Actually,
But-
at least your kickers aren't Evan McPherson. And I have a poster of Evan McPherson in my fucking room. I used to love that dude, but holy crap, he's so trash. He's so bad.
He fell off.
He was so good too. Yeah, he fell off so bad. It was brutal to see.
As a kicker, I just believe I just remember just keeps existing every time. Randy Bullock.
Brandon Bullock, yeah.
That's a name.
Randy Bullock. He's just a man that just he's just a man that just exists. He's just like a cockroach. Randy Bullock.
Bro,
Another guy that vanished was like, what was his name? Had like the glasses. Rodrigo Blankenship, I think was his name. That dude is vanished.
Oh, he's in UFL now.
He is.
He's actually he signed with the Battlehawks actually.
Oh, he's on our team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he signed with the Battlehawks, and I think he on TikTok he actually had made a little vlog about his first day of training camp actually, since they started training camp this past week.
That's funny, man. That's funny.
Yeah, so hopefully, I mean he wasn't. I mean, in the very rookie season, he wasn't bad, but I think after his second year, he fell off a little bit. But I thought he was gonna find some other team. I think he went to the Cardinals, and then they cut him. And after that, that's where he was just not there.
I remember they were benching him for their punter at some point on some extra point field goals. It was bad by the end.
Yeah, but I mainly follow him for his Lego collection. He actually has some pretty good Legos.
What?
Bro,
he has a Lego collection. Yeah, he has a Lego collection. Look it up.
I thought you were kidding. I thought you were kidding. He makes videos about that? That's funny.
I mean, he has pictures. I mean, he does that's kind of his big thing. He just posts them on Instagram. But anyways, everybody, I think this is going to wrap up this episode. Thank you, Evan, for joining us.
Oh, do 100%. Great guy.
Hope you all have a good day. Hope you all. Yeah. And everybody, stay safe and peace out.